Dominik Mysterio refuses to name Rhea Ripley, calls her Voldemort. Dominik Mysterio has steadily risen to the top of WWE's main roster, becoming one of the company's most talked-about stars. His career trajectory took a sharp turn when he aligned himself with the Judgment Day a couple of years ago, transforming his in-ring persona and catapulting his popularity, especially as a villain. Since then, Dirty Dom has embraced his heel role to perfection, cementing himself as one of WWE's most controversial characters. In a recent interview with Billboard, Mysterio reflected on his time in the faction, praising his stablemates and the chemistry they shared. He had nothing but kind words for Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and even for Rhea Ripley, though their current relationship is anything but friendly. Ripley, once Mysterio's closest ally, parted ways with the Judgment Day a year ago after a dramatic betrayal at SummerSlam that saw Mysterio and the group turn on her. Despite the betrayal, Ripley's name still came up in the conversation. However, Mysterio refused to address her directly, instead cheekily referring to her as Voldemort, the infamous dark wizard from the Harry Potter series who is often described as he who must not be named. The reigning Intercontinental Champion made it clear that the wounds from their split still linger, both in storyline and perhaps in their real-life dynamic within WWE's creative direction. Their feud has been simmering for over a year now, with occasional verbal jabs keeping the rivalry alive. Yet, fans hoping for a reconciliation between Dirty Dom and the Eradicator shouldn't hold their breath. Based on Mysterio's remarks, their on-screen relationship is likely to remain fractured for the foreseeable future. While Dominik may avoid mentioning Ripley's name, she has not shied away from discussing their past partnership. In a previous interview with Al-Anon's Wrestling, the former Women's World Champion opened up about her surprise at how well her on-screen romance with Mysterio clicked. Initially, it was uncertain how fans would respond to their pairing. Yet, their chemistry was undeniable, turning them into one of WWE's most compelling heel duos. Together, they brought out the worst and the best in each other's characters, dominating segments and generating massive reactions from live crowds. Ripley admitted that the success of their storyline exceeded her expectations. The unlikely pairing not only added depth to both characters but also played a major role in elevating the Judgment Day status within WWE programming. As Mommy and Dirty Dom, they were an unstoppable force, drawing jeers, boos, and countless social media debates with every appearance. Now, with Ripley's focus elsewhere and Dominik thriving as the Intercontinental Champion, the question remains, will their paths cross again in the ring? WWE has a history of reuniting former allies for explosive storylines, and this rivalry still has plenty of fuel left in the tank. Adding even more intrigue to the situation is the looming return of Liv Morgan, who has been out of action with a shoulder injury. Morgan's comeback could shake up the women's division and indirectly pull Ripley and Mysterio back into each other's orbit. The possibility of a renewed feud between the two is enticing for fans. Their past work together proved they could create television gold, whether as partners or adversaries. If WWE decides to revisit this chapter, it could lead to some of the most dramatic and emotionally charged segments in recent memory. For now, Dominik Mysterio seems content to keep his distance from Rhea Ripley, at least publicly. Calling her Voldemort might have been a playful jab, but it also underscores the tension that still lingers between them. Whether it's part of a long-term creative plan or just another example of Mysterio's knack for stirring the pot, it has certainly kept fans talking. In the unpredictable world of WWE, one thing is certain. Names may be avoided, grudges may fester, and alliances may crumble, but history has a way of repeating itself. And if that happens, Dominik Mysterio and Rhea Ripley could once again find themselves standing face to face, ready to make magic, or mayhem, inside the squared circle.